Columbina changes the Nod-Krai meta, but only if your team can actually hold its timing. If you ever played Nefer and wondered why her damage feels amazing one moment and terrible the next, this video explains why and how Jahoda quietly fixes it. Nefer's damage doesn't fail because of stats, it fails because of timing. You'll see Lunar Bloom on screen, charge your attack, and sometimes hit huge numbers, and other times hit nothing. Most times don't fail because they're weak, they fail because they can't hold the window. You got some big numbers there. And now you're hitting 38, 39k. What's going on? This is what most players experience. It feels random, but it isn't. Lunar Bloom isn't a buff you sit in. It's a short window, about half a second, where Nefer needs to act. The window only happens when an attack checks the enemy at the right moment. If you charge too early, you miss it. Charge too late, you miss it. So what I'm trying to explain here is here's our Xingqiu, Jahoda, Llama Nefer team, and we want to focus on Nefer's charge attack must occur before Lunar Bloom resolves, that half second window to guarantee full crit skill damage. So Xingqiu is going to apply its Hydro. That gives you a solid 15 seconds of Hydro. Jahoda is going to preserve it with the flask fill on Ascendant Gleam. So it takes 2.5 seconds to generate the flask, pops the Meow Cannon. That gives you 20 seconds of solid Hydro Aura. Then she follows up with her Burst. This is not needed, but it's going to heal the team and give you that 10% damage boost. Following, Llama triggers her Dendra skill. This is going to trigger your Lunar Bloom resolves in those half second windows. Once that Dendro interacts with the Hydro, you get your Hydro Bloom. That gets you your Lunar Bloom windows. Nefer does a skill, then she's going to do her normal attack to plant the Lunar Bloom to guarantee that half second window, follow up with her charge attack cycle. This is the critical window to capture that Lunar Bloom and carry those max crits all the way through her charge cycle. Normal attacks give a half second opening for the Nefer charge attack to catch the Lunar Bloom. That makes the entire difference between 39k versus 194k. You're looking at a 500% damage difference on her first cycle charge attack. This is why some teams feel clunky. They can create the window, but they can't hold it. Llama's Dendro, you've got the Hydro going, Nefer skill, attack, charge attack. 194, 194, 242 every time. For this build. Show a quick video on a Jahoda team with Nefer, Llama, Xingqiu again. Got the Hydro preserved with the Meow Cannon. Dendro. Nefer does her skill, normal attack, holds charge attack, and it's clean every time, consistent every time. 194, 194, 242. Okay, it started to fall off there towards the end, most likely because of either the Hydro or Dendro was falling off as well, but it's holding through those attacks. Now here's a Nahida team. Nahida didn't perform as well as Jahoda did. Jahoda gives some additional boosts on Deepwood. But when you're planting that window, you're still holding that window open when you land your charge attack correctly. So let me show you the difference with Nahida versus Jahoda. So we saw the chart before of Jahoda's cycle. Now let's look at Nahida. You still got Xingqiu applying Hydro. We follow up with Llama triggering Dendro. Dendro Hydro, you're getting your Hydro Bloom. As soon as that happens, you get your Lunar Bloom windows. And every 2 seconds it's ticking that half-second window with her skill dropping the deer out of the sky. That creates a Lunar Bloom window, those half-second windows. So if you catch those, great, but it can be chaotic. Nahida does her skill damage. This is going to add double Dendro. So that becomes a problem because Nefer is then going to do her skill, normal attack to plant the Lunar Bloom, and then you get your half-second window, and then you go into your charge attack. Notice how the Dendro pressure overlaps the Hydro. So you got a Hydro and a Dendro from Llama. That's going to get your Hydro Bloom. Then you throw another Dendro on top of a Hydro Bloom. Now you're competing with Hydro Bloom versus just regular Dendro. So you don't know if you're getting a Hydro Bloom or you're getting Dendro when you pull that Lunar Bloom charge attack. So Bloom ownership becomes mixed with the additional Dendro, which spills over Nefer's charge attack window. This isn't a damage issue, it's a timing issue. This is where Columbina comes in. Columbina rewards teams that can hold timing, not just teams that have high stats. Nefer can set her own window with a normal attack, but that window is fragile. Jahoda doesn't create the window, she makes it reliable. If your team already struggles to land Nefer's timing under pressure, Columbina is not going to fix that. Jahoda does. That's why Jahoda matters now, and why she matters even more when Columbina arrives. And Nahida is going to increase Dendro pressure continuously, which can disrupt Hydro-dependent Lunar Bloom ownership in the rotation. Across multiple runs, Jahoda averaged higher damage and faster clears, not because of stats, but because the window is consistent. Try it out, let me know what you think. This is Trigger Instinct. We do math in public, so you don't have to guess.